Welcome back to the gun dungeon, guys. We're going Sig crazy out here today. P365 crazy, actually. So as you can tell from the intro and the clip and all that, before you ever even got to the video, we've got three different P365s here. We got the original P365, the smallest version. I have the 365 XL. This is one of the earlier versions that has the sight into the optics ready plate. Now they make this where the sight actually is milled into the slide and the plate sits further forward, which is a much better idea. And that's exactly what you have on this P365X comp. You can see the plate is actually forward of the rear sight. Now the XLs are made like that, as they should have been to start with. So, three different guns, three different sizes, all the same models. And there's quite a bit of differences in all three of these guns, actually. The only thing that I see the same is how they look and the sights, essentially. There are some similarities between these two, as in the slides are the same length, but the barrels are not the same length. The comp is going to have a shorter barrel because the compensator is at the end of the slide, so your barrel stops right underneath the front sight. This has the biggest grip of them all, and not only in length, but I haven't put calipers on it to measure it or anything like that, but just holding it in my hand and feeling it, going back and forth between obviously the smallest one and even the XL, it feels a lot thicker this way. And as you can tell in some of the clips you're seeing roll in, my wife carries this gun. That's her daily carry gun. She shoots it often, almost exclusively this in my CZs. And she shot this X comp, and that was one of the first things that she said that she noticed, was that she had to reach further for that trigger than she felt like she had to with the other two, and it was a much bigger grip in her hand, and she was actually slapping the trigger a little bit. I noticed it while she was shooting it, and we talked about it afterwards. But just keep that in mind. This is quite a bit larger in the grip area, length and thickness this way. So there's a few differences there. Another thing you're going to notice, this is the XL and the P365. Look at the trigger. This one has the curved trigger, this one has the flat face, and the X comp also has the flat face. Now, one thing going to the X comp for sure is the actual Picatinny style rail here instead of these proprietary Sig rails. I don't know why they did that. Sig's just trying to make a little extra money on flashlight mounts and stuff or whatever, but really wish they all had these standard Picatinny style rails on them. All the controls are exactly the same, of course. 100% reliability between all three. It really just comes down to what size you want. For carry, that one's hard to beat. Shootability and carry, I like that one. Shootability and capacity, it's going to go to this one. So it really are three different guns, even though they're all the same model. And I'm going to switch the camera around here and kind of line them all up for you so that you can see the size comparisons a little bit better, as opposed to me trying to hold them and fumble them around here in my hands. And then I'm going to let the wife talk a little bit about what she thinks of all three of them, considering she's the P365 carrier. All right, so I hope this view is going to give you a little bit better idea here. And we're going to take the XL and the standard, put them up here together, and you can see there's definitely a difference in the size, grip length, and barrel length, slide length. But as far as this way, they are essentially the same. The grips are the same this way, just, I mean, I can feel them, I know they are. Now, let's put the XL back here, grab the X comp, try to line these up as much as I can, and you can tell just by seeing it here that the front strap is definitely sticking out further, the back is lined up. Definitely some dimension differences here in the front strap, a lot of differences in the grip length. And surprisingly enough, they have the exact same length barrel, because the barrel stops right there on that X comp, like I said earlier. Just have a compensated slide, which I can't tell a big difference in compensated pistols. I know some people can. That must be a whole lot better shooters than me, because I can't tell it. I can tell it in rifles, but I don't think 9mm or many handguns have enough pressure to produce enough gas to really change much. But here's the difference in the XL and the X Comp. See, the slide lengths are exactly the same, and which of course got shorter barrel here, and the grip length going to be a little bit of difference here, which is going to hold more rounds in that one. And you can tell again, the front strap's sticking out further, back straps are lined up, and you can tell this one definitely a little thicker grip for sure on the X Comp.
Hey, so I have shot all of these now, and my preference is my baby here. This is just the regular P365. For me, as a female, I have small hands. This is much easier for me to hold as far as the grip goes. Also like the curved trigger. For me, it's a lot easier than say this one with the flat face trigger. I just didn't shoot it as well. I don't feel as comfortable with it. Same thing with this one. This was the least comfortable for me. Again, the flat face trigger, it was really hard for me to reach it. Again, I have small hands, so this grip even feels a little bit bigger to me. And then this magazine where there's more capacity, it falls down, and I just feel like it's just very uncomfortable for me. Also, the compensator on this, I could not tell a difference between these two here. So overall, I'm sticking with this one. This is my everyday carry.
Y'all be sure to go over and check out Vetter Holsters. They're a big sponsor of the channel, help me out quite a bit, so y'all get over there and help them out as well. Here's one of their outside the waistband models. Awesome design. They have about any design you can think of. They're also one of the few companies that I've seen making holsters like this with the claw attachment inside the waistband model that fits the Glock 29 and the 10mm versions of the XDMs. So if you have a gun, they probably make a holster for it. Check out Vetter Holsters. And while we're at it, I gotta mention Target Sports. They just became a sponsor of the channel. If you shoot very much throughout the year, their Ammo Plus membership is well worth it. It'll pay for itself in the year's time if you shoot very much at all. So be sure to go check out Target Sports. Their link is below. All right, guys, you know what time it is. Up here, somewhere in this area, I can never find it on the screen while I'm looking at it, is a 12-inch plate at 80 yards. 5 rounds in each gun. Let's see how we do. We'll start out with this little baby one, hard one first. Two for 5. Let's try the XL. Two for 5. Let's try the X Comp. Three for 5. Go figure. All right, so the old lady, she loves it when I call her that. She gave you her opinion on which one she chose, which would be the small 365. It's what she carried. She's a little biased. She's like that. You know how women are. So I'm going to tell you which one I prefer. And I'm going to say I prefer all three. And here's why. If I was wanting something deep concealment, I would choose this one. You could just about pocket carry this fairly comfortably. It's a little bit big for me to comfortably pocket carry, but I know a lot of guys carry I know a lot of guys carry a Glock 26 in their pocket. But you could just about pocket carry this little 9. I think a lot of people actually do. So if you wanted something deep concealment, this is a very, very good gun for that. And it would hide away in the waistband very, very nicely. Now for an everyday carry, something comfortable with a little bit more capacity, a little bit longer sight radius, longer barrel, so you're going to get a little bit better terminal performance, going to have a little bit better velocity. Sight radius is a big deal because that makes it a little easier to hit with. And it's not terribly big. Like, that is still a very, very compact gun. So everyday carry, probably this one for me. As far as just range shooting, I like this one. The grip actually fits my hand a little bit better because it is a little bigger. Like she said earlier, it feels the hand a little bit more, and I have big hands, so that works out well for me. When I get both hands on it, it feels more solid, whereas even the XL, both hands on it, I feel like it can twist just a fuzz in my hands just because it's kind of narrow. So all three different guns, same model, different rolls. That's what I'm gonna go with. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. As always, until next time, stay tuned.